Hi, this is Sandhya. Today I'm gonna tell you about Yagi antenna. It is named after Professor S. Yuda and Professor H. Yagi in the year of 1928. These people are inventor of Yagi antenna. In this video, I'm gonna explain what are the elements used and their arrangements and operation. Finally, characteristics. First, elements. What are the elements used in Yagi antenna? Halfway dipole, which is simply called as active element. Second one is directors. And third one is reflectors. These are passive elements. Here we know the difference between active and passive elements. Active element is like a source, and the passive element means it made use of that source. Next, arrangements. It is the one most important here. In this arrangement, firstly placed active element, that is halfway dipole. Next to the active element, the directors are placed. The reflector are placed behind the active elements. What are the elements? Halfway dipole, reflectors and directors. These are the elements. Here the length is must. In case of reflectors, the length must be 5% more than the dipole element, that is active element. In case of directors, 5% less than the dipole element, that is active element. Here, the length between the two elements must be maintained 0.1 lambda to 0.3 lambda. Why it is used? Why Yagi antenna is used? Is the one which converts the bidirectional dipole to unidirectional system. Let we move to the operation of Yagi antenna. Here, radiating antenna is used to reflect or direct the radiated energy. Here, reflector and director is used. In case of reflector, the length is 5% greater than the active element. So, it is act as a inductor here. In case of director, the length is 5% less than the active element. Here it is act as a capacitive element. So these leads to the current due to the induced voltage. Proper length maintenance is must. And the director of reflector towards the active element. Here, one director will excite the next director. So, the proper length management is must. The direction of reflector towards the active element. Next, if greater length between the director and the active element, that is halfway dipole, is maintained, means It needs high capacitive reactance. Hence, the length should be maintained to achieve the reactance. Let me move for the characteristics of Yagi antenna. We all know it is a three element array. What are they? Half wave dipole element, reflectors and director. Hence it is called as beam antenna. The second point is it is unidirectional beam with moderate directivity. Directivity is moderate over here. When looking for the gain and front to back ratio, the gain is 8 dB and the front to back ratio is 20 dB here. Next, if high gain means it is simply called as super directivity antenna. If we want high gain antenna means we have to increase number of directors, that is director number will be high means the gain will be high. So for every Aguda antenna we can increase the directors number into 40 only. Up to 40 directors can be used. Fine, this is a summary for this video. In this video, I am explained what is Yaguda antenna, who invented this, what are the elements used, and how to arrange the Yaguda antenna, what is the length of a reflector and director, and what will be the distance between the element, active element and the passive element, and why it is used, and what are the operations, and what will be the characteristics of Yaguda antenna. Almost I covered all about Yaguda antenna in this video. If you have any doubt, just ask in the comment section. If you like this video, just share with your friends.